Hi there, this is Shinjini from moderngypsy.in and welcome to my very first studio log. So I thought it would be interesting to do the slightly different kind of video where I take you behind the scenes into my art studio and give you a little peek into where it is that I create and some of the challenges of working in a tiny little studio. So, in this very first episode of the studio log, I have a little bit of an organizational hack for you. If you're like me and you struggle with keeping your desk relatively clean after you finish your painting sessions, then you would want to continue to watch this video because I found a really simple but a very effective hack to keep my studio organized while still having all of the supplies that I need in ready reach for when I come back to paint next. And the second little bit of organizing that I did is to organize some of my paper stash. So if you're a mixed media artist like me, if you create your own collage folder, or if you work with a lot of paper in your art process, then you know that we tend to accumulate a lot of paper when we are creating our mixed media art. And so organizing it in a way that makes it easy for us to sort through our papers and works well with the way in which we create becomes really important. So there are a lot of ways to organize your paper ephemera. A lot of people like to put it into little Ziploc bags and they organize it, let's say by color or by theme, and that's really next level of organizing. Trying to keep everything by theme or color or put everything in little bags and then bring them out when you're using them. That's not the way that I create. My process is a lot more fluid, and so I need a system that kind of works for me. And if you find that bagging and categorizing system is really not working for you and you want something that's simpler, that really lends itself to more intuitive play and keeps all of your papers really nicely corralled in one place, then you might like the hack that I'm sharing with you today. So the little tip that I'm sharing. So let's get right into it. I hope that you enjoy some of these organizing ideas, and also we're going to be painting another spread in our art journal. So yeah, enjoy, and then do let me know what you think of this style of video. Would you like to see some more studio vlogs? Would you like them to be a regular part of my channel? As of now, I am thinking of doing maybe one log a month or every other month, but I'm really not sure. So tell me what you think. Tell me if you liked watching this, and if you'd like some more looks into some of the behind the scenes processes in my studio. So let's jump into this. Despite my best attempts, my art table is generally always quite a mess. There's these paper rags, and then there are paint tubes and little pieces of collage fodder, and these pencils and pens that just kind of get spread around the table and make it look really messy and give me very little space to work. That's the bigger problem that I've been facing, that all of this clutter kind of just takes over almost the entire table. And while I generally don't mind the creative mess at all, in fact that does spark a lot of my ideas and a lot of my moves when I paint, I do want a little bit of order in this mess. So I had ordered some storage boxes, and the package has just arrived from Amazon. So I'm just going to open this up. difficult to get it out with one hand. So just give me a sec. Here we are. 3 of these little boxes that I hope I can use to tame some of this beast. Here. They're nice, fun colors, but they are a little deeper than I thought they would be, which is not such a bad thing, I think. I think I'm going to use this gray box on the table, and I'm just going to start arranging some of this mess in here in a way that will be easy for me to access, because that's the key. I don't want to arrange in a way that, you know, it just does not make sense. I need my supplies to be really easily accessible, not that I go hunting at the bottom of this box for paints or rags. So I'm just arranging them in a way that makes arranging the rags that I need in the order in which I generally end up picking them. So I prefer using this for most things, and then this when I'm mopping up some paint, so that I can use this fabric, this beautifully painted fabric, later in some other projects. And these paints are going to get switched around as I'm painting, because whenever I change my palette, the paints that are lying on my table will kind of change. So that's, you know, this is not here forever, but it needs to be coraled, and just my life needs to be a little bit less messy. That looks so much better. And while I'm painting, I'm pretty sure that the tubes of paint and collage paper are going to be all over my desk again, which is perfectly fine. But at the end of my painting session, I'm going to be putting away all of my paints into that tub, so that this area is clean and inviting for the next time that I come in to paint. Clean, tidy desk, and time for a painting session. That was the lesson that I taught for Book of Days 2022. So if you want to learn how to use oracle cards as a jumping off point into your art journals, then I hope you'll join me there. That's an excellent year-long class, with unlimited access to the paintings, to the lessons, and it's super fun. So join us. This is another spread that I did inspired by one of the board lessons. And let me show you another one as well while I'm at it. This one. And I really love this. There's just so many layers of meaning in all of the little marks and lines, and just looking at this page, I'm reminded of everything that I was thinking of as I painted this this little portrait. And this again was inspired by a lesson in Book of Days. So yeah, join us, join us. It's gonna be amazing. Let's start a new spread. Here's another beast that I need to tackle in the studio: organizing collage papers. So, what I've discovered is that I really like the ability to rifle through my papers
And I like the serendipity of just finding different colors and papers as I'm rifling through them. So I'm not really very super interested in sorting them by color or anything like that. And I had a couple of ideas on how I could try and organize these, one of which was these mesh bags. So put them into these little bags and kind of see, put those bags into uh, bins, storage bins. But I tried that out and I hated it, except for this little baggie, which contains a lot of papers for a project that I'm currently working on. So just having them all in this one bag, that works for me. But having all of my collage papers bagged up, that doesn't. So I ordered this bin from Amazon, and this is going to be my paper bin. Let's get to putting some of my papers in here. I'm really hoping that this experiment works because, again, mess, sort mess, that's the hope. So here's what we've got. I've got all of my papers into this. There's a lot more space in here, which is a good thing because I'm pretty sure this paper situation is going to increase in the coming months. Although this is a lot bigger, it's all nicely coraled. And the interesting thing is that my little box of smaller papers can just go in as it is. So then I can just pull up this entire box when I want these smaller papers and have these bigger sheets of paper back here to rifle through when I need it. And then these are just some papers that are ready for me to create some collage fodder, mixed media fodder on. So that's all here in one nice box. And this is part of my bigger studio overhaul project. So this box will eventually live in this space, and this space is eventually going to get emptied out from here. So I think this will make a very nice situation with all the papers in one spot, ready to use, easily accessible, and nicely coralled. Really loving this spread, and I think we're almost done. I just want to calm down a few areas.
Ta-da! Tidy, painty table. I love this. It is inviting for the next painting session, and I still have all my inspiration on hand for fun serendipity. I can be as messy as I want when I'm painting and then clean up when I'm done for the day. I really hope that I can maintain this. But thanks for hanging out with me in the studio today. I hope that you enjoyed this studio vlog, and if you did, do hit like and subscribe on my channel and share this video with your friends. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care and keep creating.